plays Zerg and Broodor. And is a fairly cheesy player in Broodor. Even last season, when it was still just all Broodor games and not hybrid, he was still just cheesing like a boss, just like 9 hats laying all in people left and right. It was pretty funny. Alright, and the map is going to be Jade. In the top left corner as the blue Zerg, we're going to have Hero Join, aka I like to 9-hatch and pretend I'm off Zerg. In the bottom left, as the brown Protoss, we will have Wookiee, aka P7 Gab, aka P Chill Gab, aka Conan the Barbarian. So the Overlord guy's going to go in the correct direction here, which is going to be nice for, what's his face, Hero. But presumably if he does go for a 12 hatch, he'll send out a Drone Scout as well anyway until the Overlord does get there. It's quite funny how the timing works out. A lot of times, even if you scout correctly with the Overlord, it just means that you won't scout correctly with the drone, so you can end up seeing your opponent later than if you just scouted the wrong direction with your Overlord. But I'm not sure how it works out on this map. Anyway, the probe is going to go over to the top left. Are they going to see each other? No, they're not going to see each other. That would have been quite important to tell. But anyway, so this is going to be quite nice for Wookiee, because he will not have to send out a second probe to scout. Normally on 4-player maps, you scout with the pylon probe, and if you don't see your opponent, then you need to send a probe out to make it forward, and scout with that probe as well, so you have 2 scouting probes going out. But in this case, he's like, okay, I see what my opponent's doing. Excuse me, and it is in fact an overpool from Hero Join here. Not opting for that 12 hatch. Quite curious. Oh, probe. Trying to be cutesy here, trying to pick off that drone. Very unlikely for that to happen. And meanwhile, I could have sworn that probe got the first shot off, or maybe it took damage already from the earlier engagement. And ooh, that is a mistake. That is certainly a mistake. You want to be blocking the hatchery from an overpool. The thing is, when you block the hatchery against an overpool, it's not the end of the world for the Zerg, because they can make Zerglings instead of the hatchery, and then they don't actually end up with over minerals. But I prefer blocking the hatchery. Well, that's alright. Not the end of the world. Looks like a drone going over to the top right to make a third base at the natural. All very standard stuff here, and one cannon at the front. At the bottom left, as you can see, you can make a very nice tight wall, very easy to do as well. Only Zerg will only be able to pass above the gateway there. To be far away from the ramp. So, it's like gas being now taken, everything as normal, and the probe sees what's going on. And there is a white guy. Awesome.
이게 국민성인가라는 생각이 들어요. 네, 근데 우리 팬 여러분들 자랑스러운 분들이시거든요. 바로 안 하시고 따뜻하게 얼굴 보이시죠?
Now I see everybody talking about the IPL thing and like Team Tasia. Guys, you just don't appreciate the strategy. Guys, Liquid Red is actually the key player. He was actually the key member, key part of that victory. I mean, just think about it, right? Liquid Red, he set up the. Oh shit, there's gonna be spoilers. I hope nobody minds the spoilers for IPL. But Liquid Red, man, he came out in the very first game of the finals, alright? And so he lost, but that was like a fake out, right? That was like an assist, you know? It's like an assist. It's like when you you pass you pass the ball to the guy who's gonna score the goal. See, that was like Rhett. So essentially, it's like Rhett won the first series thing. Like Taja got the wins, the actual wins, but it was like Rhett's assist. Okay. And I can't. Did Rhett play in the second series? I can't remember. Anyway, we have 2 Hydro Dens here, so he's just gonna Hydro Bust them. Pretty sure. That's actually quite cool. I'm not sure if I've seen 2 Hydro Dens off no lair. I've seen two double Hydro Den. I've seen it a number of times off of a lair. But I think this is the first time I've seen it. Just off 3 hatches. This is very, very interesting. And the funny thing is, there's a potential that Wookiee might even misread it, even if he does see it early Hydra, because 3-hatch Hydra pressure into just macroing up and taking a 4th base and teching is a fairly popular style nowadays. So even if he sees a couple of Hydras, he might not necessarily just freak out and think it's a bust, but this is almost certainly an all-in from Hero Join, and I would expect nothing less from the guy who likes the 9-hatch Ling all-in. A bit, you know, he's got to mix it up a little bit. He's got to mix it up.
자, 일단 미네랄을 150대 모였는데
이게 왜 그러냐면
왜냐면
자기가 이제 타이밍을 잡고 상대방을 이렇게 찌르고 싶어하는 선수들은 캐논을 최소화해요.
Anyway,
그래서 타이밍을 안 당기단 말이야.
I'm trying to find. Can somebody link me to the Liquipedia page for the IPL finals? I want to see what the order was in the second series. Did Taja play after Reddit again? Red man, Red's like the wingman. Awesome. Anyway. So now the upgrades are done for the Hydras, and this must be a little bit confusing to Wookiee because you can clearly see that the Hydras have both speed and range. So he's like, wait a minute, how do these guys have all these upgrades already? And oh, he's going in, he gets one of the cannons, and now he's moving back. Oh man, this is actually very vulnerable now. He's building a lot of cannons in the back. I'm not sure he quite appreciates the gravity of the situation. He should stop mining gas and just build 1 trillion cannons. Because he's banking 600 gas right now, and essentially what's going to happen is he's going to freak out and have to keep building cannons, and he's going to have a lot of overgas that he's not going to be able to use. And whoa, moving in once again, he's going to get 1 more cannon, but there's not that many Hydras here for Hero. Okay, now there's more Hydras. Is that an Artosis pylon? Okay, thank goodness, he's making another pylon in the back. But oh my god, he's going to snipe 1 more cannon, and he probably can get the one that's warping in. Nope, not quite. The Zealot's doing a good job buffering here. Hero Join doesn't look like he's going to be able to break through here, actually, but the forge is down, so no more cannons can be produced until the second forge finishes. Presumably there's another forge going down. And this is very, very close. It's so close. Oh my god, I'm having flashbacks to like Jangbi versus Zero. It's just like, oh god, don't die, Protoss, don't die. You can do it. Okay, you can build more cannons now. But look, guys, look what I was talking about. Okay, he has 900 gas. Like, why do you need that much gas? You don't need that much gas. Yeah, that's why you gotta pull guys off gas when this is happening. I don't think he realized that though. I don't think he realized exactly how all in this was. But now he should know. Now he needs to realize this and stop mining gas. Oh my god! Ah! You need more cannons. Make more cannons. More cannons. Oh god, another cannon's gonna fall, but the thing is, oh, trap that Hydra, yeah, trap it, the Zealot speed finish, oh, leg speed finish, oh, Hero Join is done now, look at that death stare on Wookiee's face, oh man, that's like his best Jaedong impression, it's not nearly as scary, like not even as half as scary as a Jaedong death stare, but good try Wookiee, good try. I think he's got it, I think he's fine now. I'm pretty sure he's okay. Alright, so, Temple Archives, also on the way. And look at that, he had 900 gas, he didn't have an Archives. Ha! Too much gas, that's okay. And yep, KT coaches are pretty happy, they know that Wookiee's in a fantastic position now. Hero is, it's gonna like make some more Hydras, but what you should really be doing now is pretending to keep pressuring and just droning up like crazy. Mega only drones now. Just like dance around a little bit with these Hydras, you know, like wiggle their tails at the Zealots seductively, and then just make drones. And maybe a hatchery. But the problem is that the Corsair sees everything as well, so it's like a little bit difficult now. You can't even pretend that you're Hydra busting anymore, because now the Corsair's like, oh, wait a minute, you didn't make any more Hydras, you made drones. And you made a hatchery. I see what you did there. So, yeah, of course he's gonna come over and be like, okay, there's only 3 drones here. It's like, I can't really lose this game. The funny thing is, he didn't even lose any probes, really, when those Hydras went in. Like, a lot of times what happens with the Hydra bust is it comes down to the probes having to be pulled to help defend the cannons against the Hydras, but it wasn't even that close. Like, even the hero went for this crazy hardcore, like, double Hydra den bust. It didn't even force a probe pull, which is quite surprising. Although, I mean, this is really not the best map or position to be Hydra busting, because the wall is very tight there, the choke is fairly narrow at the natural, like right outside the natural, and it widens out. Like, if you look at the architecture of the map, there's like where the Hydras are standing right now, where the wall, the gateway and the forge were originally, is like the narrowest part of the choke, but then it like widens out a little bit. So once it goes to the nexus part, it's like a lot wider, you can fit a lot more cannons. So basically the Hydras are running into a narrow choke, into a much wider field of fire, with more space for cannons. It's really not ideal. And of course they're gonna fly in here and be like, well, I guess he's got all his tech. And still not even a lair yet for a good old hero join. He's making more Hydras. Are these like defensive Hydras? Does he just not want to die or something? Does he clearly doesn't realize that there's 6 High Templar just chilling there, and it looks like going up to, what is that, 8 or 9 gateways in total? I think it's 8 gateways for Wookiee plus the Robo. You can definitely support that off of 2 bases. So yeah, definitely looks like, look, he's just gonna save up some energy, and then once those gateways finish, just do a couple rounds of production, and then just go attack, and probably just win the game. Yep, there's the Dragoon production. I was just gonna say, probably wants to switch into making a few Dragoons now to help protect those High Templar, because if he has too many. If he has not enough Dragoons and like too many Zealots, and those High Templar can actually get sniped quite easily. You know, the really solid Protoss composition into the mid game is a big solid core of Dragoons, supported by 4 to 6 High Templar, and the rest of your money dumped on Zealots, essentially. And the Corsair continuing to be annoying here. Looks like it's got 2 kills. He's actually got +1 attack on his Corsair. I have no idea why he has +1 air attack. He has only made a single Corsair here. I think he probably was thinking about, he probably wanted to go for that like Corsair Zealot style before getting Hydra busted, and then when, oh, sick! I get 4 High Templar! Oh no, what the hell? What the hell? I was just saying how Wookiee could protect his High Templar with Dragoons, and here was just like, well, let me just trade you these 7 Hydras for 4 High Templar. Oh my god, that was horrible. That is such a classic move as well. I can't believe he just left his High Templar there. Now, I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me. If anybody knows LRM No One, LRM Justine, that guy, that piece of shit, just runs in with his Hydras, snipes all your High Templar, and then like when you move out of his base, he just like runs 5 Hydras behind your army and just like snipes the Templar in the back because they're slower than everything. Ugh! Can I tell you how mad that makes me? But it's quite funny to watch it happen to a pro gamer, though. Anyway, so now this attack is a lot less scary with only 2 High Templar. So between them, they'll have at most 6 Storms, probably 4 for the time being. And well, here we go. Here's the attack. But without the High Templar, as I said, the Mass Hydras with good concave is really quite effective against just Zealots and Dragoons. And wow, that is some pretty solid Hydra control. Alright, his Hydra bust just now was not very impressive, but that is some very impressive Hydra control there. Sniping High Templars earlier, and then there just doing a good concave, and then dodging the storms and pulling back when he feels like he doesn't have position anymore. Very, very nice. And now he's just pulled back to this ramp here in the middle of the map, going to try and use that to his advantage. But a couple more High Templar added to the army, and still just even the ground forces, even though Zealot Dragoon is not the most efficient against Mass Hydra, this isn't really Mass Hydra. This is like a few Hydras that are microed well. So it's completely fine, but it looks like he has actually baited out all of the storms from Wookiee. So Wookiee now just making his Templars into Archons, but just way too many Dragoons here for the Hydras to handle. Look at this, Hero Join just trying to be cute, focus down individual Dragoons, but he's just gonna get rolled now. Oh man, what is he doing? What is he doing? And GG from Hero Join. Despite the valiant effort there at the end, it is too much. It's too far behind already after the failed Hydra Bust, and Wookie takes game number 3 to give KT Rolster the Broodor set.
예, 지성 선수가 사실 이런 스타일로 플레이하는 선수가 아닌데 그 상황에서 사실 질럿까지 스프로를 치고 나가지 않는다는 것 자체가 지금 상황에서 얼마나 절실하게 승리를 원하는지를 보여주는 모습이고, KT 로스터가 오늘 전반전에도 잡아내는 것이 좋다라고 말씀을 드렸었는데 잡았어요. 네, 잡았기 때문에 후반전에는 사실 이영호 선수도 있고 조금 더 자신의 팀이 뭔가 유리한 입장, 그런 위치를 만들어낸 그런 KT 로스터의 전반전이었습니다.
그렇죠. 자, 정말 전반전 1세트 때 김성대 선수가 굉장히 빠르게 패배하면서 금물살 하나씩 했는데 결국에는 후반전까지 가야 됐습니다. 자, 전반전은 KT가 잡고 잠시 후반전 스타트 2로 돌아오겠습니다.